And I'm back with Vermont food blogger Nancy Mock with one more recipe to show you. These recipes all include tomatoes, or they're centered around tomatoes as we kind of wrap up that season. So good morning again, Nancy.
Good morning.
And we're actually going to get our hands dirty and make something now, right?
We are. So I've shared VLT's fruit salad, cold rice salad, and a strata, all made with fresh tomatoes. And now we're going to make a cherry tomato basil tart.
Ooh, okay, yes. And before we get started, yes, I just had to mention we were chit-chatting, and we decided that there should be a candle made out of tomatoes and basil and garlic. It smells so good.
Yes,
So
I can't believe there isn't a candle for that already.
somebody's got to get going on it. All right, so past the fresh smell and on the fresh taste, what do we do first?
So the first thing we have is a tart pan with a removable bottom and a pastry dough in there. I have a recipe on my blog for this pastry dough, or you could use pie crust from the store.
Okay.
And the first thing we're going to do is take this is some olive oil sauteed with garlic, and if you don't mind taking this and brushing it over the bottom of the crust.
Okay, just the bottom?
Yep.
Got it.
And you can even dump the whole thing in there, whatever's easier. The flavors in this are basically like a deconstructed pesto. So we have garlic on the bottom and the olive oil. And I'm supposed to be doing this. I have a pile of fresh basil leaves here that I'm going to snip, and that's going to sprinkle over the garlic layer.
Okay. Let's see. I'm glad you're here to point me in the right
This is perfect.
Okay, good.
Just as long as it's kind of all over, then that's all you're looking for.
All over? I can do that.
All over.
Anything any more technical than that, though? Okay.
And then I'm snipping some fresh basil into the crust as well.
Oh, that's fine.
Over the garlic, yeah. It's pretty quick. Doesn't really matter.
I wish we had smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Wow. It smells phenomenal.
So you just do that. And you can do it more neatly than I'm doing it now. But
Okay.
And then after that is a layer of shredded fresh Parmesan cheese.
Ooh,
It's a
yum.
cup and a half, and that whole thing just goes on
The
there.
whole thing goes on there.
Yep.
Okay. I'm being so dainty and delicate, and you're like, nope, just throw it all in.
Get it in there.
I like the way you work.
What's going to come next are the cherry tomatoes, which I have sliced. And I mentioned on my blog that it may look like it's a bit much to do slicing cherry tomatoes, which are pretty tiny, but just sit down with some music or a podcast you like listen to, and it actually goes really quickly. It's kind of peaceful and fun to do. So
Cool.
You take the cherry tomatoes, and basically I started by making a ring around the outside of the tart. And then you can, if you have multicolors of cherry tomatoes available, then you can get creative with how you want the colors to
Oh,
look.
yeah. You can do anything. Peace sign,
Yep.
NFL team logo,
Put your
football
initials in
season's
there.
back, your initials, smiley face.
Smiley face would be fun. And you go all around, and once you have a single layer on the bottom, then you go and put a second layer on top of that.
So pull that up so people can see what we're doing here.
Yeah, it goes pretty quick. One thing I forgot to mention, these tomatoes are pretty juicy, but for these and for the BLT and for the strata, I blotted these tomatoes dry first because they're so full of liquid.
Okay.
If you were just to put the cherry tomatoes in without blotting them, the pastry would just get sodden with the liquid,
But we don't want
and
that.
it wouldn't cook through. So you do want to lay them out on paper towels first so they can drain a little bit. And that's good for the sandwiches too, that way you don't have soggy bread.
Okay. And via the magic of television.
The magic of television.
we
Pop that in the
fast
oven, and this is the finished tart missing a slice.
forward. What happened to that one?
You gotta
Okay,
taste
you
it.
don't have to tell.
So it bakes in the oven, and the crust obviously bakes through, gets nice and brown. The tomatoes on top get sort of a broiled look. The cheese melts inside, and you have a lovely little tart.
Kind of like a pizza,
It is like a pizza,
but fresher.
with the pesto sort of flavors inside the basil and the garlic.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Very
a great brunch lunch item. Sorry.
That's okay. No problem. So Megan is sitting right over there. We're going to invite her in to taste test.
What would you guys like to try?
She's going to come on over. What would you like to try, Megan? You can have your first dibs here.
There is
Here she
salad
comes.
available. There's some strata
I'd
available.
love to try that. That looks
Okay.
amazing.
Yes, let's do that.
Strata out of the way.
And I don't think we've even mentioned, where can we find all of your recipes?
My recipes, all of these are on my blog, which is Hungry Enough to Eat 6, and the recipes are there individually. I also have a post that's a roundup that includes all of these recipes and a few others as well for using your fresh tomatoes.
Cool. And I'm going to call one out here just because I follow you on social media. We saw it at the top of the page. We're scrolling through your blog right now. The pumpkin spice Cheerio
Yeah.
recipe. You want to give us a little hint on that?
So in the stores right now, because pumpkin season is fast approaching,
Right.
it's kind of on us, there is pumpkin spice flavored Cheerios in the store. And some people might think it's a bit much, like pumpkin spice gone crazy, but they're actually really tasty. And I use them to make these dessert bars that are layers of the pumpkin spice Cheerios with apple puree. It's like a nice thick apple layer bar with the Cheerios. It's
Okay.
Man.
She didn't know I was going to ask her about that one, but I have to put her on the spot. All right, so try away.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm just going to grab one of these.
Grab a BLT.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one with the garlic aioli.
Okay.
There is something so delicious about fresh tomatoes. Man, they're just
That
so
is great.
good.
Thank you so much, Nancy. We'll have a link, to Nancy's recipes from our website, mychamplainvalley.com, so you can check it out there.
Thank you.
Happy
Thanks.
tomato eating.
Happy tomato. Happy Labor Day.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew with Brittany Hibbs, Megan Carpenter, and Sky Tracker meteorologist Amanda Lindquist. This is Local 44 Morning Brew.